Alrighty, so we're going over to Bellator. It's the light heavyweight championship fight. It's Lyoto Machida versus Ryan Bader. It's a rematch. The first time these two fought, Machida knocked him out pretty badly. Pretty, embarrassing for Ryan Bader the way it finished. But obviously these two guys are at different stages of their careers at the moment. Ryan Bader, he's getting up there in age as well. He's not as old as Machida. Machida's 43 now, I think, nearly. But he's getting up there in age, but he's still putting on really competitive fights with, these young prospects. And Machida, he's putting on competitive fights with decent fighters as well, like Phil Davis and Musasi. Alright, so we'll break down the striking of these two. So we know Machida, he comes in as a southpaw, he's got that karate background. He's mostly a counter striker, likes to stay at kickboxing range and then wait for you to come in and then he's looking to counter you from there. That's pretty much how he caught Ryan Bader in the first fight. One thing about Machida that I'm noticing is that he's definitely slowing, understandably so, he's 43 years old. But he's definitely slowing, speed-wise, and it's leading to, less effectiveness on his shots. He was that guy that, relied on his timing and his accuracy. And what helped him a lot was the speed that, he could throw his strikes at. That would help him with the reads that he was getting. And he seems to be making the same reads, but the speed's just not there anymore. But he's still, he's still quite effective on the feet. And he's still a puzzle to solve on the feet. Alright, so for Ryan Bader, he likes, changing levels, going for that overhand right or the left hook. Pretty much, when he's looking to throw one of those punches, which is generally a lot of his offense on the feet, he will level change. So, if you see him level changing, either it's going to be a feint or he's going to throw the overhand right or the left hook. Depends which side he's feinting on. He also has a decent low calf kick. Won't be as open because he's an orthodox, Machida's a southpaw. But yeah. Alright, so for Machida, he has that nice straight left when the opponent closes distance, which is what he caught Ryan Bader the first time with. Nice teep to the body at distance, nice front kick. He will throw it up top, turn it into a front kick, which is what he caught Vitor Belfort with. And that wasn't too long ago. That was like 3 years ago, I think. 2.5 years ago. So yeah, he still makes these really good reads. And, he can still catch these guys with those reads. He's also got a nice roundhouse high kick, which will be open here. Straight knee when opponent closes distance, which could be good here because Ryan Bader will probably be looking to change levels, unless he wants to keep it on the feet, which I believe he has a good shot with as well. And he also, has that body kick versus orthodox fighters, so all that's going to be open for Machida. Whereas the kicking game of Bader, which is mostly low calf kicks, will not be open in this fight. One thing Bader does that I don't really love is that he will lean back with his hands nowhere near his chin. I think Nemkov just caught him with the real straightforward one. Nemkov was pretty much only throwing 1-2s the whole fight. I think he caught him with a head kick at the end, but that's when he mixed it up and really, took him out of there. But he was throwing 1-2s the whole fight, and Bader was just leaning back and then eventually, inevitably, Nemkov made the read and committed to the 2 by closing a little bit more distance, and then, really stunned him. And he just kind of froze there. It was really weird when he stunned him with the 2 in the first round. He just kind of froze on his feet. Very strange. I don't know if he was just like recomposing himself or what was going on there. Alright, but for Machida as well, he does a few things that can get him in trouble, which is he has his hands low when he's kicking. And, with the speed that he's throwing his kicks at the moment, he's very open to be hit there. Also, if his opponent kind of blitzes him, he used to be very composed under pressure, but now he kind of reaches for his opponent, looks to push them away. He used to be very composed, throw a straight left or a straight knee, but now he seems to be kind of reaching for his opponent. Alright, so we'll get into the grappling. Bader is a good wrestler. He's got a really nice blast double that he'll throw over a leg kick. He's also got a nice single leg, which will be open here in that orthodox versus southpaw stance. Once he grabs him with a single leg, he cuts a sharp angle and looks to run the pipe from there. He's also been known to control opponents with the wrestling line. Excuse me, it's a little sick. Don't know if I paused it in time. But yeah, so for Machida, he's always had really good anti-wrestling though. He's been very good at keeping it on the feet. He also has a nice guillotine, once he's in guard off bottom. For Ryan Bader, he's looking to control a wrist and really ground and pound with the free hand. And he's got, good ground and pound. Had this guy's win fights. For Ryan Bader, he's got a very good wrestling base, and he has that one punch KO power. Like against these older fighters anyway, like Fedor, King Mo, blah blah, Bellator fighters, And for Machida, he's always had good anti-grappling, still seems to have it to this day. He's got good takedown defense, and his stance, the karate stance that he has, it makes it very hard for opponents to get onto his hips because, he's always had good distance control, but also he's kind of side on, so he can move his hips away quicker than his opponent can get onto them. Because he's side on and he can just pretty much crab walk away. And he's also got good cardio and good pacing as well. His style is definitely better for 5 rounds, especially at this point in his career, because he can be a little low volume. Like Phil Davis won their last fight by literally just throwing throwing a little bit. Davis was low volume, but he just threw a little bit more than Machida. Machida was very low volume, very tentative. Alright, had these guys lose fights. So for Ryan Bader, or for Ryan, what's his name? Lyoto Machida, he is old, so no hiding that. It's hard to, trust these guys because they can just fall off at any stage. Like, Leo Santos a couple of weeks ago was fighting very well, just pretty much beating Dawson on skill, even though he was very physically outmatched and, he's very obviously, less, his strength and his, physical abilities are much less than he was at the prime of his career. But he's, these guys still have skills. These old dogs still have tricks. But yeah, they do have that, they're getting older and, father time waits for nobody. And then you saw what happened to Leo Santos. Like 2 punches pretty much put him out, 2 clean punches. And yeah. And he was out for like 10 minutes too. Like, yeah, just older guys, It's a dangerous game they're playing. For Ryan Bader, his chin isn't the best either. So both these guys, haven't got the best chins. I'd probably say Ryan's holding up a little bit better at this stage of their career. Alright, so past to victory. For Machida, keep distance, be active with your kicks, straight knee when he comes in and looks to shoot, or straight left when he rushes in looking for that overhand right. Alright, so for Ryan Bader, look for that single after he throws that slow head kick. That head kick is probably one of Machida's slowest pieces of offense right now. Something that's really slowed down his game is his head kick, his roundhouse. So yeah, look for a low single after he throws that. Be smart with your pressure. Look to be on the front foot. Don't go rushing in like Chael Sonnen did. Or, like yourself in the first fight. Just be smart with it. Push him back with a jab. And yeah, use those leg kicks if Machida does go orthodox, because yeah, he has that wide base, and also he will change to orthodox at, sometimes in a fight. Maybe not in this one because of the leg kicks, but we'll see. Alright, how I see this fight playing out. Look, it likely only takes one overhand right from Bader, but I feel like Machida has a shot here on the feet. If he can keep it standing, which is definitely within the realms of possibility, because, he has very good takedown defense. Ryan Bader isn't the best on the feet. He's got that power, but he's not the most diverse striker. But yeah, pretty much he has the youth, which is the biggest advantage in this one, I think. Bader, he's the only one who has the threat to mix things up with the wrestling. Machida obviously doesn't. But yeah, if he can't get that going, then he still has 25 minutes to get the read of Machida and then land one of those overhands. But I was kind of surprised with this line because I think Machida hasn't looked bad in Bellator at all. So let's have a look at the line and I'll give my prediction. Alright, so Bader, big favourite. I think this is more like a 70% in favour of Bader and 30% in favour, or it's 30% on the comeback on Machida. I think he has a chance here because he's, dealt very well with these stylistic matchups before, and even in Bellator against Phil Davis. So I'd like to, if Machida got to like $4, then maybe I'd play him. just small because it's hard to trust these guys at this stage of their careers. But I think, Beta at that price is a little risky because this is, a matchup that Machida has thrived in the past. Sorry, I forgot to give the prediction. It's Beta by KO round one.